Wastewater management. Learning objectives. Sewage. Drainage. Importance of drainage. Sewage treatment. Observe the drains from your kitchen and bathroom and, with the help of your parents, try to find out where, ultimately, the dirty water from your house goes. Through the above activity, you will come to know that every household, office, factory, etc., has several drains which end up in a large single drain that leads the dirty water to the street drain. Similarly, every street has its own drain which leads the polluted water or the liquid waste into one of the major drains. In a big city, you may see several of these big drains which lead the dirty water to secluded areas, away from the human settlements. Sewage. The liquid waste, produced in houses, offices, factories, etc., is termed as sewage. The liquid waste produced in houses is known as domestic sewage and that produced in industries is called industrial sewage. You must have read about the pollution of water. Thus, you know that during many of our everyday activity, several harmful substances get dissolved in water and make it unfit for consumption. This polluted water, sewage, needs to be released at such a place where it should not be mixed with the sources of water distributing it for consumption. Sewage water. Polluted water. You know, if the polluted water be mixes with the water we consume, we may be seized by many dangerous diseases. The polluted water contains many harmful substances like microorganisms, for example, bacteria, viruses, fungi, etc., which are a potent cause of infectious diseases within living systems. Detergents are one of the most harmful substances present in domestic sewage. The human and animal excreta which are very toxic in nature, for example, urea, ammonia, etc. Industrial sewage contains many toxic substances like lead, arsenic, mercury, etc. On entering the living systems, these substances can cause multiple disorders, for example, the Mena-Matter disease caused by mercury. Syphilis, cholera, hepatitis, dysentery, etc. are some of the common diseases caused by microorganisms that enter the human body through drinking water. Drainage. Drainage is the process through which the polluted water, sewage, is removed from human settlements and is dumped or discharged at a specified place where no significant human activity is believed to take place. Every household, small or bigger, and all offices as well as industrial units are linked through smaller drains to the main big drains and, thus, a well-connected network of drains is present in every village, town or city. Household sewage system. Syphilis. Drainage system is not a new discovery for the mankind. People in Indus Valley civilization, about 3,000 years ago, had built a well-connected drainage system in every town they established. To our surprise, they had constructed covered drains, lined with baked bricks and mortar, which we, even after attaining so much of material and technological development, have not succeeded to do in each of the human settlements. Importance of drainage. You have read that when you release the polluted water in residential areas, it will seep into the soil and reach the groundwater reserve existing there. When people drink this contaminated water, they will fall ill. In fact, most of the suburban areas around big metropolitan cities cannot use their groundwater for human consumption due to this very reason. Covered drains are, thus, the safest way to carry the sewage away from human settlements. Flood or storm water drainage. Most of the towns and cities nowadays are well equipped with a proper stored water channel system. Besides, if there are no proper drainage facilities, the polluted water rests openly in ditches around the houses. These moist corners and water-filled ditches are the most favorable conditions for breeding of mosquitoes and other harmful creatures. This has a definite role in the spread of some major diseases like malaria. Thus, These are the factors that make us realize the importance of a safe drainage system in human settlements. Open and covered drains. When polluted water flows in covered drains, it keeps an area clean and healthy. Open drains, though take the sewage away from settlements, are not that safe. Since they are open, many solid wastes are thrown in by thus choking the passage by careless people. It happens frequently in towns and, as soon as a drain gets choked, the filthy sewage flows out of the drain causing hazard to people living around. It is an efficient system to drain out the huge water inflow during floods, heavy rainfall, etc. Open drains. You must have seen the manholes built on the street roads. What are these meant for? Have you ever thought about it? These are meant for entry of the municipality personnel to clean the sewer pipelines in case they are choked. You may now imagine that the sewer main lying under the roads are very wide and have enough capacity to drain huge amounts of water as and when it may occur. Close drains. Sewage treatment. In the foregoing paragraphs, you read about how sewage is carried away from human settlements. What happens to it ultimately, you still need to know. In most major towns and cities, the sewage is carried into the sewage treatment plants where a number of steps are taken to treat it. First of all, the sewage being brought in is made to pass over a pebble surface or vertical bars. This surface or vertical bar hold considerable amount of solid impurities within and liquid with fine impurities flows ahead. Next, the liquid sewage is passed through a grinder which grinds the coarse impurities into finer particles, making their removal easier. In these steps, coarse impurities like gravel, sand and even silt are removed by the use of settling tanks. Sewage water treatment. Keywords. Drainage. The removal of sewage through drains or pipes. Sewage. Liquid waste produced in households, offices, factories, etc. Sewer system. The underground pipeline network used in most towns and cities nowadays. Stormwater. Huge and sudden inflow of water as during floods, high rainfall, etc. Summary. The liquid waste produced in human settlements is called sewage. Sewage is removed from the human establishment through drains. Open drains are not favored for safe removal of sewage as much as the covered drains. Open drains are more prone to choking, which may cause diseases to people in that area. Sewage is treated in sewage treatment plants. Solid wastes are separated from liquid and are put to different uses. Liquid is used as recycled water in industrial units or is released into water bodies.